Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk the Saw right here on Superlative Radio. Today we're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 4, titled The Whole World is Watching. And I don't know about you, but bam, I was blown away by it. What did you think?
Loved it immensely.
Yeah.
Great episode. Your Captain America didn't get taken out yet.
Oh.
But close.
No, so there's a lot that happened in this episode. And the key thing, there's two major things that happen in this episode. Maybe I guess there's three now that I think about it. The first is that all the vials of all the vials of the super soldier serum got smashed except for one,
which Captain America took,
which John picked up and then took.
Yeah, he did. You could tell.
Oh yeah, he took it, and
but he didn't tell anybody.
It was pretty obvious that he took it once you could tell. Once Sam or Bucky, one of them saw him kick that guy way down the stairs. Then they knew he had taken it. But so in a way, they kind of did give John Wyatt the super soldier serum through the power broker.
Yeah,
because in a sense it was his.
It was his. So,
but anyway, the key thing here is that the episode it was amazing. So of course we get to see the Wakandans come after frig. Oh my God, why can I not remember names today? Baron Zemo.
Right.
I don't know why I had alluded.
It's all right. It's all right.
But so they came after Baron Zemo. Of course, they found out where the funeral was going, or not the memorial or whatever was going to be, so that they could, because Sam went to talk to her and try to talk her down, and of course, there's the whole lot of stuff went on.
I thought Zemo shot her there.
He did shoot her.
I thought he killed her. I mean, I thought it was
tongue twister. Yeah, he did shoot her.
Yeah, you could see when she.
Yeah, he did shoot her, and it's really, really, really something to see that this, of course, is really not in the realm of, I guess not really in the realm of what WandaVision was. This is definitely in the realm more of what
this is a way
Captain America and the Winter Soldier was.
This is a whole other...
Like, this is a lot more action. It's a lot more action-packed. It's a lot more stuff going on in it.
Yeah. And,
of course, I mean... Again, I don't know about you, but I sat there learning. I was like, whoa. But exactly what I said would happen happened. Is that I told you that John Walker is not, and they bring attention to it in this episode. And when they're talking about super soldiers, right? Sam says Steve Rogers wasn't like that, and Zemo goes, yes, but there has never been another Steve Rogers.
That's right, yeah.
Right, when it comes to the super soldier. And the reason is if you look back at Captain America, the First Avenger, when he's sitting there with the doctor the day before he takes the serum, and the doctor says to him, he says, no matter what happens tomorrow, stay the person that you are today.
Okay, I don't remember that
because he's giving him that pep talk about. He's like the serum may change you physically or whatever, but it also has an effect on you mentally. It's not just like when Zemo said to Sam, he's like, had you been offered it hypothetically, would you have taken it? And Sam just says no.
Yeah,
and he's like, you answered very quickly, like no hesitation. And the reason is because the serum affects everybody differently. It affects them all physically. In a very similar manner. They become super soldiers, they get super strength, super agility, they get, all kinds of things like that. They get better endurance, they get their body heals at a faster rate.
But it affects their mind too.
But it affects your mind too. And that's what this is trying to show. And the show has been very good at showing how unstable John Wyatt...
Well, from the get-go he was.
Yeah,
he was,
how unstable he's been from the beginning, even though he's I guess the example is when you compare him to Steve Rogers, okay, and you compare him to the first Captain America. Captain America was a good person at heart.
John wasn't. from the get-go.
No, I wouldn't say that he's not, but he was. He's a soldier, first and foremost. Steve was not a soldier first and foremost. Steve was about doing the right thing. He's that, like I said before, he's that all around American Boy Scout ideal that they've portrayed, right? John's not. John Walker is he's a good soldier. He follows orders. He does this. He does that.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
That's a different
he takes
mentality.
Action.
Yeah.
He was a soldier first. Captain America,
wasn't.
Steve Rogers wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't a soldier first. He well, technically he was because he joined but he joined to.
Right. He was a person first before he was a soldier.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a different mentality.
Different priority in your mind.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's how this has affected him. So, of course, when you look at how John Walker is handling things as Captain America, he's not Steve Rogers.
He's
like
obviously, from the look at the way that it ended, I mean, he's obviously got everybody going to turn against him when he was beating the hell out of that guy at the end of it.
He killed him.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, and it was all literally, when they say the whole world is watching, that's why.
That's right, 'cause
everybody's
full.
with
Yeah,
their
exactly.
phones,
That's right,
Like,
exactly.
It's like the whole world is going to see him kill a guy.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he picks up the shield and it's got blood all
That's
over
right,
it. Like,
exactly.
you can't. And he had no reason to kill that guy.
Well.
You know, he had no reason to kill him. He just killed him, and that's because the serum has affected him.
Yeah.
And I make no mistake, I am still sure that one way or the other, we are probably going to see the end of John Walker by the end of this series.
Okay.
I am almost positive that we're going to see it by the end, and that Sam is going to end up with the shield like we see in the previews.
Well, I mean, but
somehow Sam gets the shield, so I'm going to assume this is how this is.
Well, the thing too that pushed John over the edge was when
his friend died.
Yeah. Now I'm forgetting his name.
Battlestar.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's that. Yeah.
But that sort of pushed him over the
Isaiah.
edge. Isaiah.
Was it? No. Isaiah was the other black guy.
Anyway.
But yeah, it did. He was off his. He was like off his rocker before that. You could see the serum had affected him from the moment he took it.
And that just pushed him over.
And that just pushed him even further over the edge, right?
So,
he just wanted to kill her, and instead he just killed the first one he came across.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
And you can't be the super soldier and be this this guy who just goes like, Captain America didn't kill unless he had to kill. Like during the war he killed, but that was because they were in a war. But he didn't go around trying to kill people.
No, he wouldn't have done what John did at all. But
no, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have.
No, wouldn't have pushed it
with
that far.
Shield,
but
that guy would have been cut in half.
Yeah,
that's what would have happened. And
so it's just I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how things go. And I don't think John could keep the shield from Sam and Bucky combined because the two of them, first of all, Bucky's got the super soldier serum.
Yep.
And Sam's just a really good fighter anyway. So I don't see how he could keep the shield from them if they wanted to take it, even with super soldier serum in him. So who knows? We'll see. You know what I did like is when they were talking, like when Sam and Zemo were talking or whatever, and he's like, well, there was never been another Steve Rogers, stuff like that. When he says, oh, well, the Nazis and this and the Avengers, and he's like, careful, those are our friends you're talking about. And Bucky goes, the Avengers, not the Nazis. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
That was really good. Yeah. I'm loving the show. I think it's great. There's so much going on in it, and there's so many facets to how they're handling things. And I think we're gonna see who the power broker is.
Finally.
I think we are going to see that. I think that we are probably going to get some sort of a hint at more for the X-Men that are coming, like mutants and stuff, because I am almost positive we're going to see more of that.
Okay.
And I still think I'll be surprised if John Walker makes it out of the series alive. I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe they'll keep him, and I have no idea. But I would be really surprised if he did.
Only time will tell.
But yeah, only time will tell. And remember, I mean, don't send the guy. Don't send Wyatt Russell death threats.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to like his Captain America. He's a completely different guy. He's supposed to be unlikable. He was unlikable in the comics. He's supposed to be an unlikable guy. You're not supposed to like
the
him.
actor's doing what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. And if you hate the character, he's doing his job excellently.
That's right.
Because you're not supposed to like him. He's supposed to be a dick. He's supposed to be an ass. If you don't like him, the actor is doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's supposed to be, is getting that ideal across. And that's just all there is to it. Like, you can't anybody sending the guy death threats and stuff because they don't like his Captain America is stupid. He's not Steve. He's not supposed to be.
He's a good actor. Leave him alone.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing his job well. And that's the same with all the characters. Like if you dislike a character, keep in mind that actor is portraying. If you're disliking a character for another reason, but if it's just because the character's an asshole or it's this or it's that, well, keep in mind that character's supposed to be that. It's different if you say, well, I hate Sam. Well, why do you hate Sam? Well, because he's not playing Falcon properly or whatever. Well, then how is he not playing Falcon properly? Like there might be something you can say why you dislike. Maybe you're like, I don't like the way Anthony Mackie plays him or whatever. Okay, all right, well then why? But if everybody's going around saying, oh, I love Sam, oh, great. You're supposed to like him. He's the hero, right? Like, you're not supposed to like Zemo. He's supposed to be an ass that you hate too, but he's one of those ones that you love to hate, like Loki. Right? Like, it's just, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's when the actors are doing their job well.
That's right. So just keep that in mind. Like, I know Brie Larson gets an awful lot of flack for her portrayal of Captain America or Captain Marvel, and people are they're so hateful towards this woman. And I mean, you don't have to like her in real life, but to say she's not playing Carol Danvers right, you've obviously never read a comic book.
Yeah.
In fact, she's more likable on screen than she is in the comics, because Carol Danvers in the comics is a royal bitch. Like, she is not a nice person. She's an asshole. Mm-hmm. Like she's about as likable as John Walker. Okay, like she's not a likable character in the comics, but on screen, I don't think there's a problem with her. If you I don't understand these people that give these characters hate for no reason. It's like, you can't just say, well, they don't do this or whatever. Like, somebody once said to me that she was narcissistic. And I said, well, you don't know what a narcissist is. I'm like, if you think that Carol Danvers, as Brie Larson has portrayed her on screen, is a narcissist, then you don't know what a narcissist is. Because there's nothing narcissistic about how she's been played. The character is the character. Brie Larson in real life might be a narcissist. I have no idea. I don't know her. Yeah. But the character that she's played, not a narcissist. If you think that, you're an idiot. That's just how it is. Like, and so it's the same thing. Like, if you want to talk about who a narcissist is, who fills it really good is
Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah, exactly. Sheldon Cooper. No, he actually has feelings.
Well,
narcissists don't feel anything.
He's come a long way from the beginning he was more narcissistic in the beginning.
Yes, he was. But narcissists are like sociopaths in a way. They don't actually they can mimic feelings, and they can convince people that they have them, but they don't.
That's right.
Because their brain doesn't work that way. And and
it's all about them.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of people say that Tony Stark was a narcissist. Tony Stark was not a narcissist. No. He was more narcissistic when he started in Iron Man than he was by Avengers Endgame. But he's not a narcissist. True narcissism is
there was narcissistic tendencies.
You can have narcissistic tendencies. Lots of people can.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you're a narcissist.
No.
So anyway, just keep that in mind. If you're disliking certain characters, it's for a reason. You're supposed to dislike certain characters. If you're a John Walker fan from the comic books, then I would be amazed to learn that there's actually anybody out there that likes him. But if you do, then you're probably going to like this version of Captain America because he's supposed to be a dick. Mm-hmm. If you like dicks, well...
Colossal ass.
You like dicks, maybe. Yeah. You know. Anyway, I'm just saying, there's, you're not supposed to like the character. He's playing it very well. I find it really interesting how they're talking about the Global Repatriation Act and this organization that's supposed to help everybody that's, blinked back into existence. And, the world is trying to adjust to all of that. And that's really quite interesting when you think about it, because the world, you got to think 5 years, right? The world would have adapted to something within 5 years.
Of course.
And
Then
then all of a
change
sudden,
again.
Bam, half the world's population comes back.
Yeah.
And you got to think, how is that like?
It affects me.
It's going to affect everything. Like,
It's
and,
the ripples too that
Yeah.
from
and it's like a lot of them
you know,
don't understand. A lot of people up there don't understand all of the actual effects that would have by bringing everybody back, right? Like, say, I don't know, say you're married, right? And your spouse was blipped away. Oh, there they go. Well, 5 years.
5 years
in
later,
5
you're
years,
bound to be in another
in
relationship.
5 years, if you're in another relationship, maybe you're, and then that's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when that person comes back? Like, how does that get resolved? Like, that would be so painful for everybody involved, right?
Definitely.
And it's one of the things that I don't think was well addressed with Avengers Endgame. And I get why. I mean, I get the Avengers thought they were doing the right thing by bringing everybody back, but you got to think, like, was that really the best way to handle it? Or wouldn't it have been better to go back in time and defeat Thanos where they
Prior to it happening.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, because they had time travel at their disposal. So I'm kind of curious as to why they would have waited. I know why Tony's reason was because he didn't want his daughter to go away.
Yeah.
But had they gone back in time and stopped, they still, him and Pepper still would have had their daughter. Like, that still would have happened. They just would have had those 5 years to do over again.
Yeah.
But so that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if doing it the way they did it was the right way. Because, I mean, you got to think. Like, I mean, I know that when Hulk made his snap, one of the things that the directors had said that he did when he did his snap was anybody that would have been traveling in a plane or whatever, or anywhere where someone would have been in a dangerous position, they would have been moved to a spot where they weren't in any danger. So I get that. But what about people who like, cause this is funny. I saw this in a spoof video. Was this couple, and they were sitting there and they were talking about, well, honey, it's been 5 years, and I know when we lost the twins in the blip, and then disappearing or whatever, they vanished away. I think maybe it's time we start again. And she's like, oh, really? Or blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden the snap happens and she goes,
oh, Jesus.
And then next thing you know, the dude's in the hospital. The doctor's coming out and he's like, yeah, the babies didn't make it. And what about my wife? No, she definitely didn't make it. Yeah. Well, how come? He's like, well, two fully formed babies just suddenly expanded.
That's it.
They all exploded. He's like, oh. You got to think, like, what if a woman was in labor? Like, how did that work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these...
Yeah.
There's a couple other things where they talk about
funny.
talk about them in planes, but I know the plane one had been addressed. But the thing with the spouse disappearing, right? There's this guy in bed, and all of a sudden the old husband appears, and the guy goes, and he grabs a gun, and boom, and he blows him away. And the wife comes out, and she's like, "What happened? What happened?" He's like, "An intruder." And she looks, she goes, "That's my husband. You mean the one who vanished?" Yes.
Yeah.
How did you not know? Well, you never showed me any pictures.
Yeah.
The guy,
That would be funny.
I hate you. And then off she runs.
That's right.
And like, you got to think, what if all these things happen? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just...
No,
maybe I'm just... I'm just thinking overthinking it because it's, but I tend to do that.
No.
With a lot of
not
stuff.
you.
But, I mean, this show, I think, is kind of addressing some of those things because these flag smashers, they're going around talking about how they were all shoved out of their homes and they were all this and they were all
Yep.
displaced and whatever because of the people who came back, right? Because people would come back and be like, well, this is my house.
Yeah.
And whatever, right? So again, it's like, okay, well, this show is kind of addressing those things, whereas WandaVision didn't and Spider-Man Far From Home didn't. But these things are. Like, this show is addressing some of those issues. So you got to think, like, you know, maybe they plan to do more of that addressing as time goes on.
Yeah. Again, we'll know.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the whole episode just blew me away.
I enjoyed it thoroughly, so yeah.
I was amazed, and I mean, I can't blame Zemo. I thought it was awesome that Zemo was like, instead of even taking the serum, he just started smashing.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Which was a good thing.
yeah, you know, he really is kind of doing the right thing. And of course, the fight with the Wakandans,
Yeah.
you know, that was pretty cool. How she went
Yeah.
and his arm fell off.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, "Did you know they could do that?"
No. Yeah. And he takes it and puts it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
Like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know? Like, there's a lot of really, really neat stuff that goes on in this show, and lots of cool stuff. So, you know,
Somebody paying attention to you there? Yeah.
what do you guys think about the show? You know, are you loving it? Are you
Hating it, or what are
at
you
this
doing?
point? Are you like, no, I'm out, or what? You know, we're really not getting any comments. So
Yeah, give us something.
you
Give us
know,
some
some feedback. Say something. If you click like on the video or that you watch the video, just say something. Let us know that you're watching. Let us know that you're liking or whatever. You know, like, it'd be cool. Don't forget, leave a comment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Check our other channels through the channels tab, and
Yeah. We'll just
know.
go from there. And
yeah. And if you're in Pennyworth, we'll be doing the final episode of Pennyworth, the season finale of number
that's
2.
tomorrow. We'll do it.
That'll be up tomorrow or the day after, so watch for that. And anything else?
That's it for me.
All right. Okay. Well, we will catch you guys for another episode. Let's Talk with the Saw right here on Superlative Radio in the next couple of days.
All right. Take it easy. Stay healthy.